Oh my god, I can't decide. I can't decide whether I should read this or that. But the font size is really small. It's not for me right now. Hi, I do not know if you will end up seeing this video, but I thought it would be fun to make a real tiny small video just showing you my thought process of how I pick the next book that I read as a mood reader. So I've just finished, literally like minutes ago, Actual Age Eve Brown. There's a whole separate video about this. It might be out, it might not be, I don't know. I'll link it up there if it is. I did a little romance reading vlog with these two. So my first thought about what book do I want to read next is not really romance, because I've just read a lot of romance. Another consideration I'm still having is I don't want to be reading a book that is so out of my comfort zone that it pushes me into a slump, because I was in a slump for so long at the end of last year and I think I'm out of it, but I just don't want to test the waters yet. So something in my comfort zone-ish, not romance. So that's where I'm going right now. And now I'm going to have a little look at my books and I will come back and talk you through which my options and which one I decide to go with. And that's it. Hope you enjoy. I'm heading into the lounge because that is where I keep a lot of my books that I kind of want to get to these soon kind of books. I'll show you some of them. Here are some of them. And then also this pile right here. Okay, let's have a think. Let's see. I'm back in the book room. Just having a further think. It's hard. I like literally look at the books and I think of myself opening it and trying to read it. And I'm like, the subject, the genre, the writing, sometimes even like the font size. I can't do a tiny font size right now. Like I was going to pick up the Translator in there. I'll pop it on the screen because I can't be bothered to go and get it. But the font size is really small. It's not for me right now. I will obviously get to it, but all of these things need to be considered. Like almost like thought I was in the mood for fiction, but I really want to read the Transgender issue. I'm thinking. Ooh. Oh, this is a contender. It's gone on the pile. Okay, I've got five. Let me go sit down and then we can talk through them. Hello. Oh, this is quite a cute little angle. I quite like it. Noted for the future. Anyway, okay, the 5 books I've picked out, I'll show you them in order. Blue Running by Laurianne Stevens. This is an arc I've had for a while and it's like a dystopian. It came out in December. I think I'm in the mood for a dystopian, maybe. Just I always get quite gripped into dystopian worlds. This says it's for fans of Station 11 and Thelma and Louise. Thelma and Louise, like, I'm so intrigued. That's that one. Then I picked Tokyo Euno Station by Miri. This is one I've had for a while. I bought it and I was so excited about it. And then I didn't read it. What classic happenstance. Oh, is that a bit wonky? You know, I think it'll do. It'll do. Yeah, I've heard this is like really good and really sad, and it talks about a lot of heavy themes. Really talks a lot about homelessness in Japan. And I think there's a little bit of magical realism maybe, but I could be completely wrong. I'm like kind of being pulled towards it. Not dystopian, but like, yeah, I don't know. I'm getting the pull. That mood reader. Then I picked up the Transgender issue by Shon Faye, which is a non-fiction, and it's one I have been wanting to read. I keep seeing a lot of great things about it. I've heard it's quite a readable, like, non-fiction. Maybe it's time. Is it long? I can't tell when it's a hardback. No, it's like 250 pages sort of vibe. Maybe that one. Or if not that one, soon. Then Lullaby by Leïla Slimani. This is a French thriller. I really struggle pronouncing my TH words, and that was really hard to say. The baby is dead. It only took a few seconds. I know that this will be super fast to read. It's only 200 pages. Why is the baby dead? Kind of intrigued. And then the last one is one I keep going to pick up and then I don't go for it, but like I don't know why, because it's also dystopian. It's Crosshairs by Hernandez. And it says it's set in a terrifyingly familiar near future mass flood, so it's going to talk about climate change. It talks about homelessness, and there's like these government sanctioned camps that this regime called the Boots is putting communities of colour, disabled people and LGBTQ plus people into labour camps. Yeah. I didn't look at the font size. Okay, I'm not going to read this one tonight because it's like 1 point too small. Like, that is so ridiculous, I know, but like, I've got a lot of good books here. I might read this soon though, because like I keep going towards it. Maybe that'll be the one after, and I can get over the font size. Okay, I'm going to put the Transgender issue to the side. I'm going to read that one really soon, but I think I do want a fiction. I'm going to read a few first sentences out loud. Oh, that tagline is the first line. The baby is dead. It only took a few seconds. The doctor said he didn't suffer. The broken body, surrounded by toys, was put inside a grey bag which they zipped shut. The little girl was still alive when the ambulance arrived. She had fought like a wild animal. Oh my god, okay, that is like disturbing and like very intriguing. Okay, let's read the first line for Blue Running. This one's more chunky, which I'm scared of. Oh, it's not actually. This is weird font. Why am I so obsessed with fonts? It's just like kind of, no, that looks absolutely normal to you, but oh, it's the margin size. It's not the font. Look at the margins. I'm so sorry, it's such a random point. Like, look at the margin on the side there, and then compare it to the margins there. Look at the margin difference. I can tell. I can really tell. Anyway, in blessing, we were all under the eye or the heel of God, and neither was very comfortable. You could get away with a lot in the piney woods of East Texas, but as Dole liked to say, soon your sins will seek you out. That's kind of convinced me. I know that's so stupid, but I'm in the mood to want to be gripped. Yeah, no, okay, that is decided, not for right now. And then Tokyo Euno Station, first line. Let's have a look. There's that sound again, that sound. I hear it, but I don't know if it's in my ears or in my mind. I don't know if it's inside me or outside. I don't know when it was or who it was either. Is that important? Was it? Who was it? That's like laid out at the top here. I'm going to read just a little bit more. I used to think life was like a book. You turn the first page and there's the next. And as you go on turning page after page, eventually you reach the last one. But life is nothing like a story in a book. There may be words and the pages may be numbered, but there is no plot. Oh, this is compelling. Oh, now I'm really undecided. I was like really, I was going to go for this one and now I want to go for this one. Oh. I'm going to read out the blurbs. When Miriam, a brilliant French-Moroccan lawyer, decides to return to work, she and her husband are forced to look for the perfect caretaker for their 2 young children. They never dreamed they would find Louise, a quiet, polite and devoted woman who sings to their children, cleans the family's chic apartment in Paris's upscale 10th arrondissement. Is that how you say that? Not in that pretentious accent, apologies. Stays late without complaint and hosts enviable birthday parties. The couple and the nanny become more and more dependent on each other, and as jealousy, resentment and suspicions increase, Miriam and Paul's idyllic tableau is shattered. The blurb for this one is right here. Born in Fukushima in 1933, the same year as the emperor, Kazu's life is tied by a series of coincidences to Japan's imperial family and to one particular spot in Tokyo, the park near Euno Station, the same place his unquiet spirit now haunts in death. It is here that Kazu's life in Tokyo began. Oh my god, I can't decide. I can't decide whether I should read this or that. But if you should go home, do. Okay, I can't decide. I think I'm leaning towards Tokyo Euno Station. That was just I was like really surprised by the like first part, and now I really am intrigued. But then maybe this one will just come immediately after. Okay, I'm gonna read Tokyo Euno Station by Miri. Look out for my thoughts on this one on Instagram, most likely, or in I'm gonna be doing quarterly wrap-ups this year. I don't think I've mentioned that so far on my channel. Instead of monthly wrap-ups, I'm just going to be doing quarterly ones. I'm going to tell you everything I've read over the past 3 months and then like pull out a few highlights and just kind of go through them a bit more instead of trying to keep up with monthly wrap-ups, which I find very tiring. But I will probably also talk about my thoughts once I've read it on Instagram. So if you're not following my Instagram, it's Travels and Fiction. It's linked below. And you can find my thoughts there. What a random video that I absolutely wasn't going to film and then was like, this could be fun to film, let's film it. And then I did. I hope you enjoyed seeing my thought process of how I picked from all of these books and then narrowed it down and then narrowed it down. I love this cover, so good. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. What a bizarre random video. And I will see you in another bizarre random video. Bye.